Hi there, I'm Ryan Capaccio, co-founder of Simplicity Trading Systems. Welcome to the Exit Signal tutorial, a beginner's guide to predicting price breakdowns. The exit signal is just one of 7 signals offered in the Endeavor add-on for Metastack. When all the signals are used together, you'll be able to predict the future movements of your favorite securities. Now, let's get started. So, what are exit signals? Well, simply put, exit signals represent price breaking down. Price is likely to experience a large drop, indicating the end of upward momentum. This means you'll know when price has finished its upward momentum and is likely to make a large push down. So the question is, how do you find them? You begin by opening the Power Console inside Metastack and clicking the P icon in the top left corner of the screen. Most of the time, if you're dealing with an exit signal, it's because you've entered a trade based on one of the colored signals. Either green, blue, or blue 2. And you're checking to see if the exit signal criteria has been met. To do this, simply enter the ticker symbol into the instrument section. For my example, I'll use ticker symbol DIS. Make sure your range is set to load default records and display is set to 500 records. Then, click Open Chart in the bottom right-hand corner. Your chart will then open. If you're wondering what time frames these charts are in, we use daily bar charts, which means every bar in the chart represents one trading day. We recommend that you use daily charts when using Endeavor. Now we need to apply our Endeavor and Discovery template to see which category price is in. To do this, simply right-click on the chart and click Apply Template. Then scroll all the way down to STS Endeavor and Discovery Template. Next, click the Apply button in the bottom right corner. You'll notice there is now a ribbon on the bottom of your chart that shows price in the Endeavor category. If you applied the template and received an error message, that's because Endeavor requires a security to have a minimum of 201 trading days to begin working, so it won't work on any new IPO until the minimum number of days is met. After the ribbon appears in the bottom of your chart, our next step is to apply the exit signal. To do this, click the Expert Advisor icon on the top of the screen. Then select Smart Get Out ES, which stands for Exit Signal, and click the Attach button. Next, close the Expert Advisor window. You'll notice an exit signal will appear in your chart, along with an alert box informing us that exit signal occurred and price is likely to experience a large drop, indicating the end of upward momentum once its TP has been crossed. Check exit signal's commentary for the trigger point and color classification. After you've read the message, click the OK button. The next step is to bring up the commentary so we can identify our trigger point and color classification. Select View in the top left corner and click Expert Commentary. When the commentary window opens, you'll find a wide variety of useful information, starting with the definition of exit signal, along with the guidelines required to confirm the signal. Let's take a look at the information one section at a time, starting with the definition of exit signal. Signals represent price breaking down. Price is likely to experience a large drop, indicating the end of upward momentum, once its trigger point has been crossed. Now, the definition of exit signal refers to a term that you may not be familiar with. Trigger point. A trigger point, also referred to as TP, is a price that, if crossed, confirms the signal. Now, no action should be considered until the TP is crossed. We use trigger points to help prevent us from getting whipsawed when entering a trade. The next section in the commentary is labeled Colors that apply to exit signal. This is a quick reminder of the 3 colors that utilize exit signals, meaning when any one of these 3 colors are used, you should watch for an exit signal or the corresponding alert box to help identify price breaking down. Let's quickly go through each one of these colors. Green signals predict long-term trends. Blue signals predict short-term trends. And blue 2 signals predict price consolidating before developing a short-term trend. Next, we have our exit signal date, which shows the date on the chart where our exit signal occurred. Below the date, you'll find the trigger point, which is the most important piece of information in the commentary. Our trigger point is 111.03. Remember, for an exit signal to be confirmed, price must cross the trigger point. Now, to get a better idea of how far price has to fall to cross the trigger point, let's mark 111.03 on the chart with the horizontal red line. To do this, simply click the horizontal line icon on the left-hand side. Place the line anywhere in the chart, then double-click on it. Type in the value of the trigger point, 111.03, and if you want to choose the color of your line, select Color and Style. Then click OK. You'll notice a line has appeared on the chart that represents 111.03. I've also added the price on top of the line for your reference. Throughout this process, I've used a few terms that you may not be familiar with, terms that mainly pertain to the colored signals. It is not necessary to memorize any of the definitions that we've discussed. If you continue scrolling down in the commentary, you'll find a section called Colors that Apply to Exit Signal. In this section, we've provided the definitions of the unfamiliar terms, as well as a link to more tutorial videos like the one you're watching now. We are now finished with the commentary window, and it's okay to close it. Click the X in the top right corner. Now, let's quickly recap what we know. If price crosses the trigger point of 111.03, the exit signal will be confirmed, and you should expect price to break down. By knowing this, we now have time to prepare ourselves for the movement. Let's move forward in time and see if our signal gets confirmed. The next day, price crosses the trigger point, confirming our exit signal, and we should expect price to break down in the next few days. Let's move forward in time again and see how substantial the breakdown was. You can see price moved from our trigger point of 111.03 down to 103.35, losing almost 7% in 2 months. The good news is, you would have sold out of your trade just off the high in April and watched safely from the sidelines as price began its month-over-month plummet straight into discovery. Once you get used to all the features Exit Signal has to offer, you'll be able to analyze trades in minutes. Remember, Exit Signal is just one of 7 signals in the Endeavor add-on for Metastock, so don't forget to check out the videos on all the other signals. I hope this tutorial was helpful, and as always, if you have any questions, or if you have an idea for a tutorial that you think will help others, you can contact us at about@simplicitytradingsystems.com. Hi there, I'm Ryan Capaccio, co-founder of Simplicity Trading Systems. Welcome to the Exit Signal tutorial, a beginner's guide to identifying price breakdowns. The exit signal is just one of 7 signals offered in the Endeavor add-on for Metastock. When all the signals are used together, you'll be able to predict the future movements of your favorite securities. Now, let's get started.